You know the old proverb, teach a Mario to jump and he'll kill for a day, teach a Mario to pilot a plane and fire a machine gun and he'll kill for a lifetime. Or something like that. Today we count every enemy we kill as we complete Super Mario Land. As the first Super Mario game on the original Game Boy, it stays true to the classic formula: dash to the right, violently assault anything in your path, and avoid falling in holes. While being an extremely short experience, it provided plenty of surprises along the way. After notching my first Koopa kill in World 1-1, it started violently blinking, which we all know is the universal video game language of, "This thing is about to explode." Sure enough, a few moments later, kaboom. While it removes the ability to kill enemies with the shell, it forces you to be more active and keep moving after murdering, which I think is a fun change. Traditionally, the Fire Flower is one of Mario's deadliest weapons, but it also sees substantial changes. It's been replaced by the Superball, which behave much like the classic Fireball, but you can only throw one at a time and they ricochet like a bouncy ball, allowing you to do some pretty sweet trick shots. After slicing and dicing my way through the typical cannon fodder, World 1-3 fought back by introducing falling debris which goes through any surface. All of your earthquake training to hide beneath a desk won't protect you here. The level boss was pretty easy, and just like in the original Super Mario Bros., you can run past it and hit the I win button, and since I like winning, that's what I did. The boss of World 2, however, was completely different. In the level leading up to it, Mario is for whatever reason in a submarine. Thankfully, I'm steering it with one of these and not one of these. My expectations were low for this side-scrolling shooter, but I found it enjoyable enough. I'm not sure I want a whole game based around it, but it was a nice change from the usual platforming. Other than the submarine level, it wasn't until World 3-1 that the game shook up the level design. Here you're forced to carefully jump on giant bouncing boulders as they travel over a massive spike pit. It's like something out of a futuristic Wipeout game. This can be pretty challenging as it's easy to mistime your jump and plummet to your doom. I, of course, never failed one of these sections. No, I totally didn't rewind. Anyhow, World 3-2 tried to fight back, not by introducing tougher enemies, but by a seizure-inducing background which I think is supposed to be a waterfall or something. Regardless, very unpleasant to look at. I initially attacked World 3's boss like normal, but ended up just damage tanking through it and hitting the insta-kill switch. World 4 introduced a devious new enemy called Pionpi? I don't know how to pronounce it. They can be temporarily stunned by jumping on their heads, but require 2 hits from a Superball to permanently kill. I found it interesting that they included an enemy like this, where if you aren't powered up by the Superball, you can only stun it. Sure, there are plenty of other enemies across the Mario universe, like piranha plants, that you can't kill without a power-up, but the majority are stationary, unlike the very active whatever they're called. The final level in World 4 puts you in the cockpit of a plane and plays out much like the aforementioned submarine level. Instead of being attacked by denizens of the deep, you're constantly mobbed by other fighter pilots and, even worse, chickens, which give real Kuko vibes from The Legend of Zelda. The final boss is a 2-parter, with the first phase being a cloud that spawns chickens. I'm gonna need a Vati video to break down the lore of that one. The second phase pilots a plane of its own while bombarding you with fireballs, but he's pretty easy to avoid, and I beat it on my first try without rewinds. Here's a cool graphic I found someone made with all of the enemies in the game, but how many did we kill? In total, across the 4 worlds in Super Mario Land, we eliminated 21 Goombos, 2 Piranha Plants, 2 Flies, 45 Bombshell Koopas, 3 Bunbuns, 3 Gao, 1 King Totemesu, 5 Mechabon, 6 Honhen, 10 Urarin, 3 Urarin Boos, 11 Torion, 5 Gunyan, 1 Dragon Zamasu and Tomoa, 6 Batadon, 7 Bullet Biffs, 8 Kumo, 6 Toko Toko, 2 Su, 1 Hioi, 5 Pionpi, 3 Neolin, 6 Reverse Piranha Plant, 3 Pom-Pom Flowers, 28 Chickens, 12 Rakatons, 1 Brockenton, and the final boss Tatanga. Not sure why the game decided to give everything Temu names instead of using the name brand names we're all used to, but the important thing is that we killed 207 enemies. Interestingly enough, this puts it in 19th place out of the 26 main games we've played, just ahead of Mario from the original Super Mario Bros., and just behind Simba from The Lion King. Directly comparing the 3 mainline Mario games we've played up to this point, we can see that this iteration of Mario slots right in the middle. For how short the game is, it's surprising how high the kill count got. I guess those submarine and plane levels did a lot of the heavy lifting. As a game, Super Mario Land leaves me conflicted. On the one hand, it's super fun. The classic Mario platforming is still great, the side-scrolling vehicle levels are better than I expected, the music is catchy as all get out, and it shakes up some power-up and enemy designs in interesting ways. Plus, we're rescuing Princess Daisy, who is in every way a superior princess to Peach. On the other hand, it has things that I may not even consider flaws with the game, but are personal gripes. First off, I'm not in love with the visuals. I never had an original Game Boy and don't have any nostalgia for the game's artistic direction. It's impressive what they were able to put on a mobile device at the time, but I much prefer the look of the original NES game or Super Nintendo games. And unlike Bowser, the big bad here, Tatanga, is completely forgettable. But perhaps most egregious, Super Mario Land is incredibly short. 4 worlds with 3 levels each only amounts to 12 stages. With a few rewinds, I beat it in about 30 minutes. If I had bought this when it first came out, I might be disappointed with the length, but depending on your viewpoint, the short length could be a positive. The game is easy to pick up and beat in an afternoon, and I could see it being some people's comfort food game that they go back and beat every year. Ultimately, if you want to experience a quick 2D Mario game, I highly recommend Super Mario Land. While I don't think it's as polished as the original Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario Bros. 3, and the length may be a turnoff for some, it's still a great time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.